What's up guys, it's your boy John. We're back again here with another video. Today we'll be taking a look at the Dasaita 10.25. It is an ultra wide kind of aspect ratio, and we're going to go through the goods, the bads, and just everything about this head unit, from all the software, the design, the tilt, the swivel, and all of that. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so let's boot this bad boy up. Now, with most modern day Android head units, they boot very fast. So let's get that going. This is a cold boot, meaning if your car hasn't been on for a while, it will boot from basically fresh. It's like turning on your smartphone when it was completely off. That's pretty quick. And it remembers the last thing it had, and the last thing, let me see if I can get this in focus for you. The last thing was Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So my phone right here is just like, hey, something's popping up. Boom. So we got it here. We got all this cool stuff. Very nice. And this, if you can tell, this is a Samsung S21 Ultra, no USB. It is wireless, it's beautiful, everything about it is so nice. So let's go back to the home menu and we'll dive into that later. Let's get the brightness up a little bit. Now it's really bright in this room, but the display is just as bright. So I'm using my camera settings so we can just focus on the display and not the background or anything. So check that out. You have your widgets and your software, more software and applications. Great. Now with an Android head unit, there's only a few applications you need to really tie yourself to. Is the Bluetooth. If your phone has Bluetooth, which it should, it's 2021. You have Bluetooth, you have radio, which I don't have set up, but you'll be able to have radio and all that goodness too. Navigation. So this unit itself has its own GPS antenna, so if you don't even have a phone, you can use the GPS antenna on this thing. Think of it like a TomTom or Garmin, and you'll be able to use GPS. Now with all these applications, there's also steering wheel controls. So if your car is more modern, unfortunately I have a 1995 Acura right here, so there's no steering wheel controls. But if you had a car with steering wheel controls, you can actually program it. When I say program, it's very easy. You just press a button and then on your steering wheel it'll show up here, and you just pick whatever. So if you press volume up on your steering wheel, you'll be able to put volume up here. Okay, and so there's that. There's also this little button right here, so you can go to like home and stuff pretty easily. Honestly, it's very nifty, but I just don't like the way it looks. The next thing I want to talk about is the design. So reviewing the design, the launcher looks good. It has this nice blue feel to it. You can change the wallpapers and all of that. I'm not a huge fan of the blue because this car is more orange, but the beauty of an Android head unit is you can customize it any way you like. So I recommend something called the car launcher. Check this out. I'm going to show a little clip of it right here. It's definitely more how I like a car kind of dash to look like, and it kind of looks more like a BMW feel to it, which I like. So check out all these launchers you can do. I'll actually put this in the description if that's something you're interested. Now, as far as since the software is Android based and you can customize it to a lot, you don't have to worry about being limited there. Now, the design of the head unit itself, it does have this silver kind of trim around it, which most cars will have like silver in it, and then it has this black kind of bezel. Now, I'm not a huge fan of bezels on anything, so I wish they can shrink this bezel down, giving it more of a slimmer look. And then it'll actually, if you can kind of imagine, if it was slimmer down, it would kind of fit the contours of this car a little bit better and give you more, like even the chin and the forehead. It's a little bit big. If they can shrink it down to, you know, how like, you know, phone nowadays, like if you look at this, like there's like no bezels at all. If they can just shrink it down, that's my only gripe about the front, the display. And because they have these chins, it would be nice if they even had some functionality, which they don't have. There's no power button or volume button or anything right here. I mean, now if you had if you had a chin or these bezels, you should basically put some functionality there if you're gonna have these, which is important for me too, because my car doesn't have steering control, so I need some kind of buttons to adjust the volume. It's a little bit more difficult to do it through touch. Yeah, it is touching here, and the other ones will be touch too, but it's a two-step process versus a one-step process. So design wise, it does have nice swivel. You could actually pull it out about 2 millimeters. I have it good right here, so I'm gonna keep it like that, but it has great adjustability. It's just I wish they'd done something with these bezels. Performance, it's kind of hard to measure. Let me just you don't have to take my word for it. The PX6, which is the processor, is very fast. It's 60 FPS all the way around, so you're gonna have a smooth performance. Audio quality, it has DSP. It's gonna sound better than your OEM head unit. Will it sound better than an amp combo and all that? For my testing, it's really hard to tell, so I'm saying it sounds equivalent, but definitely the higher end setups, when you get all the amps and stuff, it's going to sound better than something like this. But out of the box, this did make my OEM speakers sound a lot better. Now for functionality too, on top of performance, having wireless Android CarPlay and wireless Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto and wireless Android Auto, it's a huge win. I mean, this is something I use all the time, so having this functionality and just having all these apps, and it's constantly being updated by Google, it's amazing. It really wakes up this car. I mean, this car didn't even have Bluetooth, so just going from something that, even if you go from Bluetooth to Android Auto, you will be amazed. So function is there. Function, the display looks really beautiful. It has nice wide viewing angles, and it has nice contrast to it. It's the brightness, you can get it so bright. Like, this is on the lowest brightness I had on the screen, but you can have it so bright that you're gonna need it to be really bright, because when you're outside driving, you want a really bright screen, because you know there's a lot of light flooding through your glass windows, your car windows. So having it so bright where you can't even see this because it's so bright, that's what you want. You want something incredibly bright so you can view it outside, which you're gonna be when you're driving. So yeah, overall, this head unit, no complaints, no major complaints besides the bezels. I think it's it's something that you should pick up if you like the design and the ultra wide layout. Now, generally you're not going to have this on a normal head unit because the size kind of stops right there. So having these next ones, it's big. Alright, overall, this head unit, it's really hard to beat when it comes to that ultra wide look. Most movies kind of play in this aspect ratio, so you can get that really nice full effect. It is very wide, so if you want that bigger real estate, and you have your climate controls here and stuff like that, and you have maybe vents on the top, having it on this kind of width would be better. Of course, this car is a small car, it's a sports car, but it might work better for your car. So I really like this unit. It's a great unit because it has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, wired and wireless. And if you were interested in this head unit, you can click on the links down below, and you can buy it off of Amazon. Other than that, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.